Same engine, same hardware, same internals. Completely different oil on opposite sides of the world. Your car's manual might not be telling you the full story. Is it regulations, climate, engineering, or something automakers don't openly admit? The truth behind 0W-20 in the US and 5W-30 in Europe is more revealing than most people realize. And once you understand it, you'll never look at an oil bottle the same way again. When you look at an oil bottle that reads 0W-20 or 5W-30, you're not just seeing random numbers, you're looking at a viscosity code defined by the SAE. The first number with the W tells you how easily the oil flows during cold starts, which is where most engine wear actually happens. The second number, 20 or 30, describes how thick the oil stays once the engine is fully hot. A 20-weight oil is noticeably thinner at operating temperature, and that lower resistance reduces parasitic drag on the crankshaft, rod bearings, and valve train. It's the reason automakers push lower viscosity formulas in the first place. The engine spins with less resistance, and that translates into measurable efficiency gains on certification tests. Once engines heat up, the physics become less forgiving. A thinner 0W-20 can struggle under extreme conditions, towing, long highway grades, desert climates, or turbocharged stress, because high temperature and high shear forces thin the oil even further. A key reason is shear stability. To make a 20-weight oil that still protects at high temperatures, oil blenders use viscosity improver additives, polymers that stretch under heat. Over time, those molecules break down. Once they do, the oil thins out permanently. A 5W-30 typically needs fewer of those additives, so it remains more stable under stress. It's why European ACEA certifications require more rigorous shear stability testing, tests that not all 0W-20 oils can pass at long intervals. Automakers counter this criticism by saying modern engines are engineered around 0W-20. They argue that tighter bearing clearances, faster spinning cam phasers, and oil pressure-controlled components require a thinner fluid for precise operation. There's truth to that. Engines like Honda's K-Series or Toyota's Dynamic Force family rely on rapid VVT response, and low viscosity oil helps those systems react quicker. But this is where the controversy becomes hard to ignore. The same engines sold in Europe, the Middle East, and parts of Asia run perfectly fine and sometimes better on 5W-30, 0W-30, and even 5W-40 depending on the region. If the hardware truly needed 0W-20 for mechanical reasons, the manual wouldn't list thicker oils elsewhere in the world. That discrepancy is exactly what makes this topic so interesting. It suggests the difference isn't about engine design at all, but about the priorities of each market. And that brings us directly into the deeper explanation, why the US pushes thinner oil while Europe leans thicker, even for the same engine family. The next section will make that pattern impossible to ignore. Automakers follow a surprisingly consistent pattern. Toyota's A25 FXS hybrid engine is a great example. In North America, Toyota strictly lists 0W-20 as the primary grade. But on European manuals for the same A25A series, Toyota switches to 0W-30 or 5W-30 under ACEA specifications. Mazda does the same with the Skyactiv G 2.5 liter, 0W-20 in the US, but 5W-30 or 0W-30 under ACEA A5/B5 in Europe. Even Honda's Earth Dreams 1.5T, one of the most globally distributed small turbo engines, is sold with a strict 0W-20 recommendation in the US, but allows thicker 5W-30 for European markets. The consistency across brands raises an important question. If the engines are the same, why does the oil grade change based on the continent? But not all automakers follow this split. Some brands unify their specifications completely. Hyundai and Kia, for example, often approve both 0W-20 and 5W-30 globally for the same SmartStream engines, depending on climate range, making their manuals nearly identical across markets. BMW and Mercedes take it even further. Many of their engines rely on a single long-life specification worldwide, which means the same 0W-30 or 5W-30 is used whether the car is sold in California or Germany. This lack of variation shows that regional differences aren't mandatory, they're strategic decisions each manufacturer makes for its own reasons. The fact that most Japanese and American brands split their oil grades by region, while some European brands keep a unified spec, pushes viewers to ask a bigger question. If the hardware is the same, what exactly is driving the difference? And that's where the real story begins, because the answer has more to do with regulations, testing cycles, and warranty risk than the engines themselves.
One of the biggest reasons the same engine gets a different oil grade depending on where it's sold comes down to regulatory pressure, especially in the United States. Lower viscosity oils reduce internal friction, and the difference is measurable. SAE papers repeatedly show that switching from a 5W-30 to a 0W-20 can improve fuel economy by 0.5% to 1.5% on standardized test cycles. That may sound tiny for you as a driver, but for an automaker dealing with millions of vehicles under government scrutiny, that fraction of a percent becomes a massive financial incentive. The U.S. government's CAFE rules make this even more urgent. Automakers are penalized if their fleet average MPG falls short. Companies like Toyota, Honda, and Ford are heavily exposed in these regulations because they sell the most vehicles in the country. So the easiest way to squeeze out another 0.6 mpg on the EPA's testing cycle is to go thinner on oil. The motivation isn't engine durability, it's meeting legally enforced efficiency targets that can cost manufacturers hundreds of millions of dollars in penalties if they miss. But the moment you look across the Atlantic, the priorities shift. Europe uses a completely different oil approval ecosystem. While the US depends on API and ILSAC certifications, Europe relies on the stricter ACEA system. ACEA classifications are built around long-distance operation, high-speed driving, and extremely tough emissions hardware. Oils in the ACEA A3B4 or C3 categories must survive longer high-temperature shear tests, handle soot from diesel engines, and protect sensitive catalytic converters and particulate filters. That extra burden naturally pushes manufacturers toward 5W-30 or 0W-30 formulas with stronger additive packages and higher HTHS viscosity. These standards shape everything else. European buyers expect long oil change intervals, often anywhere from 10,000 to 18,000 miles, depending on the manufacturer. But when I look at U.S. maintenance behavior from industry service center surveys and dealership reports, most American owners still change their oil between 5,000 and 7,500 miles, and many dealerships even encourage shorter intervals to avoid warranty disputes. Because maintenance patterns in the U.S. are so inconsistent, automakers feel comfortable specifying lighter API and ILSAC-approved oils without worrying about sludge buildup or accelerated wear over long drain cycles. In the US, it's optimized to glide through EPA tests with 0W-20. In Europe, it's expected to survive long, high-speed runs on the Autobahn, strict particulate emissions, and extended service intervals, a perfect recipe for 5W-30 or 0W-30 under ACEA rules. Another major reason for the split between 0W-20 in the US and 5W-30 in Europe comes down to the radically different testing cycles each region uses to certify vehicles. The US relies on the EPA drive cycle, which is relatively gentle, with moderate speeds, controlled accelerations, and short bursts of load. Automakers know that a thinner oil can reduce friction just enough to bump efficiency on this predictable test. Europe, on the other hand, uses the WLTP cycle, which is longer, hotter, and includes much higher sustained speeds. Under these conditions, engines experience higher oil temperatures and more shear stress, especially in small turbocharged platforms. When an engine is exposed to continuous high-load operation, the oil film has to stay stable, and that's where 5W-30 or ACEA A3B4 type oils have a clear advantage. They maintain viscosity under heat instead of thinning out to the point where metal-to-metal contact becomes a real risk. Because of that, manufacturers choose a grade that can maintain a strong hydrodynamic film in long-range, high-temperature use, not the thinnest oil that improves a controlled test cycle. Manufacturers test multiple formulations and choose the one that hits the required durability targets, warranty risk thresholds, and fuel consumption scores for that specific market. If a 0W-20 meets all the US requirements while squeezing out an extra 0.3 to 0.6 mpg on the EPA cycle, which SAE papers show is achievable, it becomes the recommended grade. But if the same oil fails European ACEA durability tests or can't maintain viscosity under WLTP heat load, The manufacturer is obligated to choose a thicker grade like 5W-30 for that region. But driving style is only part of the equation. Fuel quality, fleet composition, and maintenance culture also push both markets in opposite directions. Europe spent decades dominated by diesel cars, and while diesel share is shrinking, its legacy shaped the entire oil ecosystem. Diesel combustion generates soot that thickens oil over time, and engines equipped with particulate filters need low SAPS oils to keep those systems alive. That's why European oils, especially ACEA C-spec formulations, are engineered to handle soot loading, higher peak cylinder pressures, and the thermal demands of turbocharging. American engines don't face those same requirements. With less soot, lower average speeds, and shorter service intervals, lighter oils like 0W-20 are not only acceptable, they're preferred for maximizing efficiency. Maintenance habits also diverge sharply. U.S. drivers tend to change oil earlier than necessary, with consumer reports finding that many owners still follow a 5,000-mile interval even when the manufacturer recommends more. European drivers, by contrast, routinely stretch intervals to 10,000 to 18,000 miles under manufacturer guidance, and the oil is engineered from the start to survive that longer cycle. A slightly thicker viscosity with stronger additive chemistry simply holds up better over those extended distances. Asking a 0W-20 to survive 16,000 miles in a diesel-heavy environment with high-speed driving is unrealistic, unless the formulation is extremely advanced. That's why ACEA C-grade 5W-30 oils dominate Europe.
All these differences, testing cycles, driving behavior, fuel composition, and maintenance culture push U.S. engines toward efficiency-focused 0W-20, while European engines lean toward durability-focused 5W-30. And once you understand those opposing priorities, the next question becomes even more interesting. Is one approach actually better for long-term engine life, or are both regions optimizing for completely different definitions of protection? This is also why OEM approvals differ so much by market. GM's Dexos 1 Gen 3 is engineered specifically around North American gasoline engines and shorter drain intervals, while Dexos 2 is designed for European-style long mileage and compatibility with particulate filters. Volkswagen's 504.00 and 507.00 are almost exclusively European, optimized for long-range stability and emissions control life. BMW does the same with its long-life specifications. Even when the hardware doesn't change, the certified oil absolutely does. Not because the engine demands two oils, but because the market demands two different performance benchmarks. These regulatory and testing pressures bleed directly into real-world ownership, and that's where the controversies begin. Many drivers worry that using a thicker or thinner grade than what's printed in their regional manual could void their warranty. But in reality, warranty law in both the US and EU focuses on whether the oil meets the required specification, not just the viscosity. As long as a Honda owner uses oil that meets the API SP or Honda's own HTO-06 spec, dealers generally cannot deny coverage. SAE studies and dyno data show clear friction reductions with thinner oils, reductions that improve efficiency without necessarily harming protection when the oil is formulated correctly. In fact, many modern engines are designed with variable oil pumps and extremely tight bearing clearances that let low-viscosity oils flow quickly and maintain pressure. The friction drop is real, but so is the risk that under extreme heat or load, the film can shear too thin if the oil isn't robust enough. And finally, there's the human factor. If most U.S. buyers are sensitive to fuel economy, but European buyers prioritize durability and long service intervals, both markets optimize for their own definition of best, even when the engine at the center of the debate is exactly the same. It's not that 5W-30 is better, it's that it aligns with the way European fleets are driven and serviced. But there are caveats. Extreme climates can tilt the balance in either direction. A 0W-20 that behaves perfectly in Michigan winters may struggle in the Arizona desert during a high-load summer road trip. Older engines with widened bearing clearances may benefit from slightly thicker oil regardless of region. And vehicles equipped with particulate filters, especially European diesels, absolutely cannot use oils that fall outside their low SAPS requirements without risking long-term damage. That's why the real rule of thumb is simple. Use whatever viscosity meets your engine's required specification and stick to the drain interval designed for your region.